Listen to this. What if I told you that tomorrow morning you could legally strap yourself into a flying machine and take off into the sky? You would do this without spending a single second in flight school. It sounds completely illegal. But thanks to the shocking FAA Part 103 loophole, it is 100% true. Today, we are exposing the 10 most incredible ultralight aircraft. These are machines you can buy and fly right now with zero license. Hit subscribe and stay until the end. Because our number one spot resembles a terrifying classified military jet. Starting off at number 10, we have the legendary Quicksilver MX103. Born in the United States during the late 1970s, the Quicksilver defined the entire ultralight movement. To keep it strictly legal, meaning a maximum empty weight of 254 pounds and a top speed of 55 knots. Builders pair it with the lightweight Rotax 277 engine, producing 28 horsepower. A complete airframe kit costs around $15,000. It requires about 150 hours of careful garage assembly time to complete this classic. Visually, this machine is as raw as Aviation gets. It utilizes a pusher configuration. This means the engine and propeller are mounted behind the pilot. It gives you an absolutely unobstructed 360-degree panoramic view of the world below. There is no cockpit and no glass. Just you suspended in the open air, experiencing a sensory flight experience that rivals riding a flying motorcycle. Its massive wing area provides a ridiculously low stall speed of 24 knots. This gives it incredible short takeoff and landing capabilities in under 100 feet. It is no wonder the Quicksilver became the ultimate classic trainer. But do modern two-stroke engines really capture that same old-school mechanical soul? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The Quicksilver is the undeniable king of tube and fabric pushers, offering an experience that is hard to match for the price. However, if you want the immense pride of building an aircraft entirely out of wood in your own workshop, you need to see our number 9 spot. This machine takes a completely different approach to unlicensed recreational flying. At number 9 is the Team Minimax 1100R. Originally designed in 1984, this American classic takes a completely different approach to the ultralight rulebook. Unlike the metal tubes of the Quicksilver, the Minimax is constructed almost entirely from aircraft-grade spruce and plywood. It is paired with a lightweight Hearth F-33 engine to ensure it safely stays under the strict 254-pound limit. Building one from a kit costs about $9,000 without the engine. Be prepared to invest over 300 hours of meticulous woodworking. Now look at the Minimax. It actually resembles a conventional airplane. It uses a tractor configuration. This means the propeller is up front, pulling you through the sky exactly like a vintage World War II trainer. You sit inside a wooden fuselage with an open cockpit, feeling the direct prop wash against your face. Because of its rigid wooden wings, it has a surprisingly crisp roll rate. Along with that is excellent crosswind handling for a lightweight aircraft. This makes it an absolute joy to fly on breezy afternoons over your local farmland. A famous anecdote among builders is that the Minimax smells like a furniture shop. Until the moment you fire up the engine and the scent of aviation fuel takes over everything. Is wood still a viable, safe aircraft material in the modern age of composites? Many veteran builders absolutely swear by it. Wood construction is beautiful and classic, but it requires serious patience. What if you want an enclosed cockpit feel that is almost ready to fly straight from the factory? Let us move on to our number 8 machine. Entering at number 8 is the U-Fly-It Aerolite 103. Manufactured in Florida, this is widely considered the modern gold standard of plug-and-play ultralights. The manufacturer spent years perfectly dialing in the engineering. This was to ensure a fully assembled airframe, complete with a Hearth engine, weighs exactly 252 pounds. Just 2 pounds shy of the legal limit. You can buy a fully assembled, ready-to-fly Aerolite for around $25,000. entirely skipping the hundreds of hours of frustrating garage build time and getting straight into the sky. The visual appeal of the Aerolite is its modern semi-enclosed pod. You sit behind a sturdy Lexan windshield, shielded from the direct blast of the wind. Meanwhile, a pusher propeller roars right behind you. It features traditional yoke and rudder pedal controls, complete with electric flaps. This gives it the complex mechanical feel of a much larger Cessna aircraft. More importantly, the Aerolite seamlessly integrates a ballistic recovery system parachute. If the engine quits and you run out of altitude, a rocket deploys a massive parachute, lowering everything safely downward. This combination of factory-built reliability and integrated safety features makes it a massive hit for older pilots who want peace of mind while cruising at 50 knots. The Aerolite offers incredible comfort and modern safety, but for some hardcore thrill seekers, a semi-enclosed cabin is just too restrictive. The next machine on our list takes the concept of open-air flying to a terrifyingly literal level. If you thought the Quicksilver was exposed, wait until you see the absolute minimalism of our number 7 spot on this incredible aviation countdown list. Number 7 brings us the Extreme Airbike 103. Introduced in the mid-1990s, the Airbike was designed with a single, aggressive philosophy: strip away absolutely everything that isn't necessary for flight. To keep this rugged machine strictly compliant, builders usually equip it with a Rotax 277. They avoid heavier engines that would break the weight limit. It is a tractor-configured, all-metal tube frame aircraft, and you can find pre-owned models, or build one from plans for well under $10,000, making it highly accessible for anyone. Visually, the Airbike is astonishing. It has an incredibly narrow fuselage. So narrow, in fact, that your legs straddle the steel frame exactly like riding a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. There is no cockpit floor, no doors, and absolutely no pod. You are sitting on a simple seat bolted to a steel tube, with the ground rushing by just inches beneath your heavy boots. Because of this extremely slim profile, it slips through the air with minimal drag, but it requires highly active rudder work to maintain proper coordination during crosswind landings. Flying an Airbike has been described as strapping a pair of metal wings directly to your spine. It is a raw, visceral machine that demands respect, and it rewards you with an unmatched sensation of speed and total freedom. Riding a flying motorcycle is thrilling, but it still requires a traditional flat runway. What if you want the absolute ultimate in slow flight and short takeoffs, where the sky feels like it is standing completely still? Let us shift gears entirely with our number 6 aircraft on the list. At number 6, we shift gears completely with the Buckeye Dragonfly. This is not a traditional airplane, it is a powered parachute. Buckeye has been building these rugged machines in the United States for decades. Powered by a robust Rotax 447 engine, this single-seat trike unit sits well within the legal limits. The beauty of the powered parachute is the cost and extreme simplicity. A good used unit can be found for under $8,000, and there is zero build time required compared to standard fixed-wing kits. The Dragonfly looks exactly like a heavy-duty off-road dune buggy bolted to an industrial fan. When you throttle up, the thrust inflates a massive ram air parachute canopy behind you, lifting it directly overhead. Because the wing is a fabric canopy, the stall speed is essentially non-existent in the traditional sense, and the glide ratio is effectively a slow, controlled parachute descent. You steer not with a stick, but by pushing foot pedals. You can easily take off in a bumpy farm field in less than 100 feet. The safety factor is inherent. Your wing is literally a giant parachute. If the engine suddenly dies, you simply glide down to a soft, predictable landing. But I have to ask the community, do you consider a powered parachute a real aircraft, or is it in a class of its own? Let us debate that in the comments. A powered parachute gives you incredible views, but you sacrifice top speed. Our next aircraft fixes that speed issue, and it even folds up to easily fit inside your home driveway. Taking the number 5 spot is the Kolb Firefly. Kolb Aircraft has a legendary reputation for building robust, high-performance ultralights. The Firefly, introduced in the late 90s, is a true masterpiece of aluminum and fabric engineering. Outfitted with a Rotax 447 engine, it strictly meets all legal requirements while offering a phenomenal thrust-to-weight ratio. The airframe kit costs around $13,000, requiring about 300 hours to meticulously build. This is a serious project for dedicated aviation enthusiasts who want unparalleled performance in a highly compact, brilliant flying package. The standout visual and mechanical feature of the Firefly is its folding wing system. In less than 15 minutes, one person can pull a few safety pins and fold the wings straight back along the fuselage. This means you can load it onto a standard boat trailer, tow it home with your truck, and store it securely inside a single car garage. You completely eliminate expensive monthly airport hangar fees. In the air, the pusher engine is mounted high above the tail boom, giving it an incredibly steep, aggressive climb rate. It is a logistical dream for the everyday guy who wants to fly on weekends without going broke. The Kolb Firefly is mechanically brilliant, but visually it still looks very much like a skeletonized ultralight. What if you want a machine that looks, feels, and flies exactly like a traditional, conventional airplane that you would see parked at any municipal airport? Number 4 brings us to a design that changed the industry forever. Hit that subscribe button right now if you are loving this countdown of extreme engineering marvels. Number 4 brings us to the CGS Hawk, specifically the strictly legal single-seat version. Designed by Chuck Slusarsik in 1982, the Hawk was the very first ultralight to feature an enclosed cockpit and conventional strut-braced wings. It is crucial to note that, while there are many heavier two-seat sport pilot versions, the original single-seat model with a light Kawasaki engine remains legally unlicensed. Kits start around $16,000. And building one is considered a major rite of passage for many hardcore, dedicated American grassroots aviation enthusiasts and mechanics. Whenever you see a CGS Hawk, you immediately recognize it as a real airplane. It has a fully enclosed fabric-covered fuselage, a proper windshield, and a classic tailwheel landing gear setup. The pilot sits completely inside, protected from the elements. This makes it highly capable of flying in much colder weather than the open-air pushers. The aerodynamic efficiency of the enclosed fuselage gives it an impressive glide ratio, meaning if you suddenly lose power, you have significantly more time and distance to find a perfectly safe landing spot on the ground. The Hawk actually won Best New Design at the Sun and Fun Fly-In the exact year it debuted, and has since become an absolute staple of the community. The CGS Hawk represents traditional aviation perfectly, but traditional is not for everyone. As we enter our top 3, the designs get radially unconventional, starting with a highly rugged off-road trike designed to take a serious beating. If you are looking to land on rough dirt roads and rocky riverbeds, you will want to pay close attention to this next unbelievable machine. Smashing into the number 3 spot is the Northwing Maverick 2 RT. Northwing is a premier American manufacturer of weight shift control trikes. The Maverick is a strictly compliant trike that completely ditches the traditional airplane fuselage entirely, powered by a highly reliable Kawasaki 440 or a modern lightweight 4-stroke engine. This machine is all about extreme, rugged simplicity. You can easily buy a fully built, ready-to-fly Maverick for roughly $18,000 to $20,000, making it a premium but highly capable option for extreme off-grid aerial off-roading and intense exploration. Visually, it is an absolute beast. It features massive, thick off-road tundra tires and a heavy-duty suspension system designed to absorb violent impacts. You are suspended in a minimalist carriage underneath a massive, rigid hang glider-style wing. Unlike conventional airplanes where you use a stick to move control surfaces, here you fly via weight shift control. You physically push a horizontal control bar to shift the carriage's weight underneath the wing. It requires serious upper body strength and totally rewires your brain. Because pushing the bar right makes it bank left. Because of its massive tundra tires and incredibly robust landing gear. The Maverick can land on dry riverbeds, rocky fields, and bumpy dirt roads that would completely destroy a standard airplane. Trikes can land almost anywhere, but they still rely heavily on flexible fabric wings. If you demand military-grade all-metal construction and refuse to compromise on structural rigidity, our number 2 spot is going to absolutely blow your mind. Get ready for an aircraft that bridges the gap between recreational flying and serious heavy-duty commercial aerospace structural engineering and design. At number 2, we have the incredible Earthstar Thunder Gull 2000. This is exactly where ultralight engineering crosses directly into heavy-duty aerospace design. Designed by Mark Byerly, the Thunder Gull is a fully cantilevered all-metal aircraft. That means there are no external struts, no support wires, and absolutely no fabric. The wings and fuselage are constructed entirely from riveted aviation-grade aluminum. Powered by a lightweight Hearth engine, it pushes the absolute upper boundaries of the 254-pound weight limit to deliver unmatched, uncompromising structural integrity and premium performance. The visual profile of the Gull 2000 is stunningly clean. Because it utilizes a fully cantilevered wing, there is zero aerodynamic drag from external support struts. This sleek metal design gives it a highly efficient cruise speed, effortlessly maxing out the legal 55-knot limit. The all-metal construction provides unparalleled durability. You never have to worry about ultraviolet rays degrading your wing fabric over time. You sit in a rugged, semi-enclosed cockpit with a massive instrument panel, physically feeling the absolute rigidity of the aluminum airframe absorbing every heavy turbulence. Finding a used Thunder Gull is incredibly rare. Because owners absolutely refuse to sell them, it is quite literally a flying tank, over-engineered and perfectly built to easily outlast its pilot. For most aviation fans, the Gull 2000 is the ultimate flying machine. But if you want an aircraft that looks less like a recreational civilian flyer and far more like a highly tactical classified military fighter jet, brace yourself for our absolute number 1 spot. The final machine on this countdown pushes the legal limits of extreme design, taking the ultimate number 1 spot is the jaw-dropping Phantom X1 from Phantom Aeronautics. First introduced in 1982, the Phantom looks exactly like it just escaped from a highly classified military black site. It is a strictly legal, single-seat, high-wing monoplane that prioritizes raw aerodynamic performance above everything else. Carefully built and usually powered by a lightweight Rotax engine, the Phantom represents the absolute bleeding edge of high-performance unlicensed flight. A complete kit costs around $15,000, but the unbelievable raw performance you get is absolutely staggering. The Phantom X1 is visually terrifying in the best way possible. It features a high straight wing configuration, paired with a highly streamlined bullet-shaped Lexan pod that fully encloses the pilot, giving it a predatory stance on the tarmac that heavily resembles an experimental fighter jet. This aggressive aerodynamic profiling isn't just for looks. It drastically reduces drag, allowing the Phantom to accelerate violently. It maxes out the 55-knot speed limit in seconds, and boasts an astonishing climb rate of over 800 feet per minute, pushing you hard back. There is an ongoing debate in the aviation community. Is the Phantom simply too much aircraft for someone completely without formal flight training? Its aggressive performance characteristics and highly sensitive fighter-like handling demand absolute respect from the pilot at all times. It is the undisputed king of extreme ultralights, proving once and for all that you don't need an expensive commercial license to successfully touch the absolute limits of aviation engineering. It delivers a pure, unadulterated rush of adrenaline that no other legal ultralight aircraft on the market can match. These 10 incredible machines are not just aircraft. They represent the ultimate expression of mechanical freedom and pure American ingenuity. They all share one extremely important thing in common: providing real, highly accessible solutions for the everyday man who absolutely refuses to stay chained to the ground. Now, I really want to hear from you. Which of these ultralights did you find the strangest? If you could have the keys to just one to fly this weekend, which would it be? Let me know in the comments below and subscribe today.